Hi everyone, I am Varaprasad here. Okay, in this video we will discuss about one more Salesforce important interview question called uh, what is the use of start test and stop test methods in the test class and how we can use and what is the benefit of these methods and how we will see in this video. Before discussing about these methods, in my previous videos, I have explained what is mixed DML operation error and what is how we can share record using Apex. These two are also very important questions. Please watch it. And in this video, I will explain you how we can use start test and stop test in the test class. Okay. Um, Before checking in the Salesforce arc, I will explain you I will explain the functionality of these methods. Generally, in Salesforce, we have Gondar limits. Gondar limits means in single transaction, we can perform maximum 150 DML operations, and in single SQL query, we can query maximum 50,000 records. Or in a single transaction, we can use maximum 100 SQL queries. If we use if we will use more than this, we will get error like 150 DML, 151 DML operation error, or 101 SQL error like this. We will get. So to avoid these errors, we need to use start test and stop test in the class. And one more the one more important is one more thing is here. Suppose whatever the asynchronous operations is there, call outs, batch apex, feature method, queuable apex, schedule apex. Always we have to use these classes in the start test and stop test, because these are executing asynchronously. Even we don't know like when we will get response and all those things. So that's the reason whatever the asynchronous process is there, asynchronous classes is there, always we need to put these classes in the start test and stop test. Okay. Now I will show you in my arc how we can uh, check this DML 151 DML operations error and all those things. Here I am opening my Salesforce arc. So here I have written sample class. Here in this method I am just inserting 150 record, 150 contact records. As per the governor limits, we can insert maximum 150 DML, 150 records. But if we insert more than 150, it will throw error like 151 mixed 151 DML error. So I'm I'm calling this class in this test class. Okay. Here I'm using start test and stop test. Okay. For example, I will remove this start test and stop test. Okay. I'm saving this class. So here I'm inserting one contact, and here I'm calling this class. In this class, we are inserting 150 records. So total 151. As per governor limits, we can insert maximum 150 records in the single transaction. Okay. So now I will run this test class. We will check we will get any error, or our test class will success. Okay. I'm running here my test class. Okay. So here we can see our test class status is filed. This is the recent one, 642 just now. And see here we can see too many DMS statements 151, because in this test class we are inserting one contact record and we are calling one more class. This in this class we are performing already 150 DML operations. So total 151. Okay. So that's why we are getting too many DML statements 151. Now if we want to avoid this error in test class, so we need to means we need to use start test and stop test methods in the test class. So use these start test and stop test will replace the governor limits. Whatever the between we are added code, these limits, these are the separate limits in the start test and stop test context. Whatever is there outside the method, after whatever the method is outside the start test and stop test contains separate governor limits. So now I will show you how it will work and all those things. So now again I will run this test class. Here I am again running test class. We will check what is the status and all the things. Again we are getting errors. Here also we are getting too many DMS statements error. Sorry, I have not saved my class. Okay, 1 minute. I will save my class and I will execute the code again. My class is saved. Now again I'm running my test class. Here our test class is running. So here we can check our test class is successfully completed and without errors. Even we can check logs. So here we don't have any errors. This is the recent one. So now we will check like how DML it start and stop test refresh the ground limits and all those things. Well, logs are loading. The main purpose of start test and stop test methods is to refresh ground limits. Whatever the methods in the between the start and stop test, it will have its own ground limits, and out of this methods, whatever the code is there, that will contain separate own their own ground limits. So now I will check number of DML. See number of DML statements. So let's call this one. So here we can see, right? So we are calling in the starters and stop test. So it is separating, it's having its own corner limit. And here I'm inserting one DML statements, right? So whatever the record is showing in the uh, one out of 150 means in the test class we are inserting one record, right? This is one contains its own corner limits, and next one is 150 out of 150. Here we are calling our class in the start and stop test. So this will contain its own limit. So total we are performing 151 in the test class, but uh, we are not getting any too many DML statements 151 and all those things. So uh, so the conclusion here is like using start test and stop test, we can refresh our corner limits. Okay, not only single method. For example, I will write another one method. Okay, I will create one more method. So each test method contains its own corner limits if we use start and stop test. For example, I will name it as okay method test method 2. Okay, here also I'm again calling this uh, same class. So in this test class we are inserting a total how many records? Here 151 records and here 151 records. So total 302. Let's check like if you now I will run test class, so we will get any issues or anything. We will check. So uh, we will not get any errors and anything because these test methods contains its own corner limits, and this test method contains its own corner limits. So that's why we will not get any error. Without errors, we will save. We will run that. Even our test class also successful runs. Okay. So here we can see we don't have any errors. Okay. It's loading. So what I'm saying here in this, why I am created another method is each test method contains its own boundary limits. Okay. So in each test method, in each test method again we are using start test and stop test. So start test and stop test, whatever the code is there between there. So those components contain its own boundary limits. Out of the start test and stop test contains any code, it will that contains its own boundary limits. Okay. So now I will open and show you like how many times how many DML operations is happened in our test class. Number of DML statements. Number of see these two are belongs to first test method. These two are belongs to second test method. So even we are inserting more than 300 or 400 records, but these it will acceptable because each test method contains its own governor limits. This test method one contains its own governor limits. In this method one, start and stop test contains whatever the code between the start and stop test. This one contains its own governor limits. Out of the start and stop test, whatever the code is there, it contains its own governor limits. Okay. So using start test and stop test, we can refresh our governor limits. So, so even not only DML statements, we can suppose in the class we are using 90 queries, 90 SQL queries. Okay. But here I'm written some 10 SQL queries in the test class example. Okay, so total 100 SQL queries. For example, here we'll take 11 SQL queries. So total 101 SQL. It means maximum in single transaction we can perform 100 SQL queries. It will throw error like too many SQL query rows. So too many SQL queries. So here whatever the 90 SQL queries contains in the class, this governor limits is as in separate. It will execute in separate context. Whatever the Devon Sakul queries is there, these this will this content this code will contains its one governor limits. Okay, so like that, Sakul queries, even DML statements, anything. I hope you understand what is the main use of start test and stop test, and not only DML statements and all those things. Even we can, if you have any asynchronous code is there. Like asynchronous means it will execute based on the resources available, like feature, schedule apex, batch apex, queueable apex, callouts, anything. So it will replace its own governor limits. Even if we need to call these asynchronous methods in the start test and stop test. This is the syntax, like start test and method, and this is the stop test method. One more important thing is, if we will use only in a single test method, we can write only one start test and one stop test. We cannot write more than two. We cannot write two start tests and two stop tests like that. If you write two start tests, it will throw error like already our test class started this already was started is executed, so you can't write another test start test and stop test like that. In a single test class, we can write only one start test and one stop test. Okay. This is all about start test and stop test in the test classes. This is also very very important questions. They will ask you like deeply. Suppose I'm inserting whatever I have explained like that. They will ask you in the deep in the interview panel. Okay. For example, here I'm leaving. I will remove this one. So it will throw error like here I'm inserting one contact as class. In the class I'm querying 150 record. So it will throw error like 151 DML statements. In the single transaction we are performing more than 150. To avoid these governor limits errors, we need to use the start test and stop test method and all those things. Okay, see here we are getting 151 because in the single test class we are calling 150 DML operations here. Here one DML operations total 151. So always, if we are if we are our classes contains bulk data, the bulk DML, bulk SQL queries, and so many is there, then we have to use start test and stop test. In the start test and stop test only, we have to call our class methods, or if any DML operations is there, we need to perform those methods in the start test and stop test only. Okay, uh, that's all in this video. I will explain you one more important questions or some more interview questions in the next video. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Okay, thank you.